Good afternoon, friends. My name is Scott Kingsbury, and welcome to the Reflexology Fundamentals instructional video. Reflexology is a powerful science and will help facilitate your body's ability to come back into a state of homeostasis or balance. Reflexology will positively affect 90% of the ailments in the world today. So friends, let's take a look at the relaxation techniques and the finger walking techniques that make this science so powerful. Come, take a look inside the world of reflexology. This will be a demonstration on how to perform the thumb walking technique. In order to perform the thumb walking technique, we need leverage. That means that my fingers will always have to leverage my thumb when I'm walking. We would not want to just walk with our thumb without some form of leverage because we don't have the control. So I always need to place my hands as leverage in order to perform that. We do not want to come in on the reflex area at a vertical angle. We want to stay horizontal to the working surface. I want to keep my thumb as flat as I can on the working surface itself. When I'm performing this technique, I will make tiny bites. As tiny a bites as possible. I will continue to move in a forward direction, pinching the skin forward as I go. I do not pull the skin back. I do not lift my thumb off the foot as I walk. What I do is I keep a horizontal positioning. I slide my thumb as I bite at the same time. So I'm biting and sliding along the surface of the skin in a forward direction only. That means if I want to go back in another direction, I can switch hands and I continue to slide and creep in a forward direction. No matter which direction I'm going in, I always want to walk in a forward direction. Remember, leverage, horizontal positioning, tiny bites, moving in a forward direction. This is an excellent way to perform the thumb walking technique. The next reflex technique we'll be working on is the hip, sciatic, pelvic, and knee-leg reflexes. In order to perform this technique, again, we push the foot back to expose the reflexes to bring them to the surface of the skin. There's a bony prominence, the fifth metatarsal bony prominence on the outside of everyone's foot. So we're going to start at this bony prominence just below it, and we're going to take 2 or 3 fingers. We're going to provide our thumb as leverage on the opposite side, and we're going to walk our fingers towards a person's head. We'll make 2 or 3, maybe several tiny little bites till we hit bone, and we continue to walk our fingers all the way through this area right here. As we continue to walk up through here, we try to overlap all of these areas. Again, we'll start here at this bony prominence. There's a little triangular area right here, and this is the knee-leg reflex right in this specific area right here. Now, as I get down below this lateral malleolus, we get into the pelvic and hip areas in this section here. This is generally very tender on most people, so exercise caution when you start to perform this technique. The hip sciatic reflex is under the lateral malleolus. If you take your finger, your middle finger, and slide between the fibula and the Achilles tendon, you slide it right down until you stop. At this point, right under the lateral malleolus, I've stopped, I've hit bone, and now what I do is I just move this index finger, kind of wiggling it back and forth about 1/4 of an inch, and this is the hip sciatic reflex right here. Again, I'll take and start about 2 inches above the lateral malleolus. I'll slide it down in between the fibula and the Achilles tendon. Right here I stop. I hit bone. At this point, I just walk that finger for about 1/4 of an inch right in that hip sciatic area. This concludes the knee-leg, pelvic, and hip sciatic reflex technique.